So this is the river. I crossed it there in the background. That white building is the dam power plant where they generate electricity. But you are not allowed to take any pictures or whatsoever. And we are looking now downstream. And all those little islands, maybe it's too much said, they being islands, even though that there are trees. But usually they would be submerged. And I only could take a glimpse on the bedrock from the facility. Then it was what I was expecting, the type of rock. Basically mud rock, this kind of rock, which has a high schistosity. And maybe the spot is where the X marks the spot. And that's the smaller channel, smaller facility. And all these shores seem to be handmade. Some security guy watching. I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised. There's like cameras all over the place. And also this shore here would be submerged. And this river, it contains a rare species of salmon which doesn't go into the ocean and comes back. It stays in fresh water. And I'm not too sure. Somewhere here they built this kind of a fish ladder that they can travel uphill or upstream. And the only other somewhat similar salmon species in the world that doesn't go into the sea, we find in Russia, Lake Baikal. So we are now fairly outside of the area where you're not supposed to take any pictures or videos or whatsoever. And I might go along the shore. I don't know if it's possible. Yeah, but that's interesting. To see so much shore getting exposed. And also that there is almost no bedrock visible here anywhere, except where they have the big facility. There we have bedrock. I was somehow expecting much more exposed bedrock, but it's all gravel. It's all gravel. Let's walk down there quickly. So the fishing is also very restricted here. So here they are telling you that there might be flash flooding here if they open the gates. Yeah, that's a rather shiny rock. May contain a lot of manganese. Yeah, all this would be approximately where you see the tree stump there would be the normal water level. So there is approximately a meter of water missing here. Maybe this would be a place where salmon would breed, I don't know. Yeah, copper ore maybe. Yeah, this is the approximate shoreline maybe, I don't know. Haven't been here ever before at this very shore. Yeah, who cares about pebbles? I do. Yet another shiny one. Now this really seems to be what is below the forest surface. Gravel all over the place. Maybe I should get a fishing license and get myself over here and try to fish. After I check where exactly you are allowed to fish. Yeah, they're like the first. They're not really the first ones, but there are some ducks over there. And there seems to be also a road not too far from here, a bigger one, because you can hear it in the background. And somehow it seems I have headwind all the time. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. But what to do? Yeah, there's just gravel all over the place, smaller and bigger pebbles. And these wavy landforms. Maybe it doesn't really show on the picture, but yeah, dunes. Now let's check out still this boulder over there. And then I will try to make my way further on. Yeah, and I've been pedaling in this kind of environment today quite a lot. So it's, yeah, and I've been dragging, carrying my bike. Yeah, it has been a hard trip until here already. And it might just continue like this. And this line is part of the rock, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can find these erratic boulders. I wouldn't be surprised if someone would show up and ask what I'm doing here. A Russian spy or something. Yeah, because we aren't too far from the Russian border. And actually this, if I remember correctly, this river, after all, at the end, discharges into Russia. And there are other ones. Some other fishing places I've been. There you could just jump into the river and wait until it drifts you onto the other side of the border, which wouldn't be too far. And apparently there is some water. Yeah, you see the dark stuff here? There seems to be some kind of a water vein. Artesian water maybe? Yeah. It also could just be melting water, but I wouldn't be surprised if this would be water that actually comes out of the ground. Now maybe I can see the color better because it's rather brown, which might indicate iron. And it's flowing. Now that's interesting. 3 on top of each other. Generally there are only one alone standing somewhere. Yeah, so that's the drainage path of whatever water source. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, but also not surprised about the restrictions. Well, you're not able or not allowed to take pictures or videos or whatsoever. And you couldn't go anywhere close to the rocks. But at least I tried. Yeah, we might make our way there. Maybe I'll make another video as well if I find something interesting, but who knows? Yeah, maybe the sun is even coming out. I wouldn't be disappointed about this. There's even some blue sky visible. Somewhere there. A little bit. But anyway, urban exploration with a bicycle keeps you healthy, keeps your body and your mind healthy. And if you look around and know what to look at and know what you're looking at, things stay interesting. You don't get bored. Thanks. Bye.